Dear audience, welcome back. Welcome to the Technical Forum here at Hydrogen Fuel Cells Europe at the Hannover Messe 2023. We're almost full, few seats left. That means there are opportunities to, yes, right here in the front here. We have drinks on the house, another good reason. So make yourself comfortable because we have an interesting topic and an interesting talk coming up. New generations of fuel cell systems. They have a new series coming up, so that sounds interesting. Here we have from Refire Group, the Director of Operations. Can I have a warm applause for Thomas Rusch?
So, hello everyone. So, nice to meeting you today, and I'm really thankful to be here to introduce our new system, the 22 kilowatt system from Refire. So, let's just start. So, don't be distracted because it stated Audrey Ma in the beginning. I did a small transition, so I'm still Thomas, so don't hesitate. So, just allow a little bit forward. Well, it seems it's going a little bit slowly here. Well, Houston, we have a problem. So let me just talk a little bit in the beginning. So Refire Group, I guess we are well known in the industry for fuel cell systems at all. So what you can see here is our lineup, how it is today. So one point we are really good in is actually listen to our customers. So what you can see here is we have here the Prisma 6 Plus, the Prisma 12 Plus, dedicated to 60 and 117 kilowatt. We already have in the market a couple, or let's say 1,000 times. So we have quite a big fleet already covering around the world, about more than 4,500 vehicles so far. So, and since we are listening quite often and quite detailed to our customers, so 170 kilowatt is actually not high enough. So we're always getting a lot of different numbers. So therefore, we're just focusing and pushing forward to a little bit higher version. So what we have now is a 220 kilowatt system, which is already started to testing. So it comes to the market quite soon in our region. So it's dedicated to 160 to 220 kilowatt. So depending on the stack size you would like to have and for your application. So it has a slightly point to adjust as you need it for your application. So it's always a point actually where we can start to change our system according to the customer needs, since we are quite flexible on that. So our rated efficiency is about 45%. So if you just see it differently, so we can go for up to 60% on idle and low loads. And this is quite an important part, especially if it comes to higher loads. So a point is always on when we talk to our customers, the long life, the durability. So what we are doing is actually we're testing quite intensively on harsh environments. That means on cold areas, in let's say in hot operation, in humid operation. So therefore we get a lot of data since we have a large fleet running already in the world. So in getting this information, we always feed back to the development. And getting this back to the development means our next system incorporates this information. So that we getting better and better and getting at the end 25,000 hours or even more. So it's always depending how you deal with, how is your application, in which area you're running, etc., etc. So what we have achieved as well is actually, and it's not the worst point is actually that we had got a cost reduction of 30% to our last system. So this is actually a really good part because it's always, at the end of the day, we always get a point, the TCO. So we have to, let's say, always say, what is your price? So I would have to need the price argument, it's getting lower and lower, and therefore to really be in the business, you need different ways. So first of all, we have to make a profit a certain way. Then the customer needs a TCO that he can really run his application and his business. So and therefore you need a kind of compromise. And therefore it's always very important if you go forward with your development, you have to reduce the cost, and this is just essential. And this is actually what we are doing, and this time we achieved 30%. As well, what we do is surely the point is always the energy recovery, energy saving, getting down the fuel consumption, because hydrogen these days is unfortunately still too expensive, and I hope the politicians are focusing a little bit more and pushing the price a little bit more down. This would help every one of us, and I would like to see that. And these days, so for a new system, we can have an energy recovery about 11 kilowatt. This helps really on getting a better fuel efficiency. Then what we can do as well is now 200 kilowatt per second and down transient. This is always a matter. So if you have to drive slowly down, you have consume another additional hydrogen, but without using the energy. So you have to get it away somewhere else. So therefore, when we go very fast down to 200 kilowatt per second, we can even save energy and also reduce another time a little bit the cost and the fuel efficiency at the end of the day. Incorporated with the expander we use, it's about 5%. So anyway, you know, we are here in in Europe, so there's a northern part and also worldwide. There is some areas which unfortunately sometimes gets very cold, so therefore we have to start from at least minus 30. So and this is a thing we have handled so far. This is no problem for us. This takes a certain, let's say, development effort, because Kohlrabi is a difficult issue actually. So, and it's we mastered this, and this is quite good. As well, it's always another point when you talk to the customers. You have always, they would like to have the highest temperature possible, that they don't have to change anything in the vehicle at all. So, but there are some limitations to fuel cell. So therefore, what we do is actually, we have a certain point, we can go up to 95 degrees C at an outlet temperature. So and this would improve surely the heat rejection part, because you need smaller size of radiators, but nevertheless, so it's always a trade-off we are doing here. But at least if you go up to 95 degrees C for a certain time, this is really no issue, and we can support and also the lifetime and everything else. So going further down the road with the altitude, so what we do is actually we go for up to 3,000 meters. It's like an internal combustion engine, we have it as well. So the partial pressure of the oxygen reduces a little bit, but nevertheless, some of them part we can accommodate with our system. So, and we get a stable power output up to 3,000 meters tested. So as well, surely we have here a system which goes into a truck or in a heavy-duty application. So we need a certain part of testing. That's the 25G, for example, the shock testing, as well as the vibration testing, 1.44G. So there's a lot of things we do actually, and we have an intensive testing, because testing is the key to get a good product and a durable and a reliable product. And as well, it's also for the high voltage components, we are at IP68 so far, because it always helps. So you never know where you put in your system at the end of the day. So just a more presentation here. So what we have done is peak efficiency is 60%, the rated efficiency 45, as I mentioned before. So the weight around is 335 kilogram, about with DC-DC. So therefore, it's a pretty good size to fit into a truck. So one thing what I would like really to point out, so we are recognized actually for the truck business or the heavy-duty application, since we have, as I said before, I guess 4,500 vehicles already equipped. They are running there with more than 150 million kilometers, and every week there's a lot of more kilometers collected as well. So, but that doesn't mean that it's the single purpose we are doing. So we have a whole variety of project and also business we are dealing with. So we have a lot of projects, even going from forklifts over to dump trucks, over to leisure crafts, to let's say power generation, stationary power. So we already have equipped these days a stationary power unit about 1 megawatt, and they're coming more and more and more. So we are delivering this year another couple of these power stations. So just to support a grid, or just to use it as a CHP. So for heating up, for example, a bath or a sports arena or whatsoever. So there's quite a lot of things ongoing these days, and so we are also diversified in a lot of things. So if you are interested in just talk to us. So we have a lot of abilities to fulfill your application. So here again our lineups. So it's up to 220 kilowatt. So this is, but not the end of the road. So as I said before, so we are listening to our customer, because this is very, very important. Because at the end of the day, we have to define products, and usually if you define a product, it takes a couple of years actually before you just get a product well tested at the end of the day. And so therefore, we have to define today what we need tomorrow. So, and this is the point where we're really talking to a lot of people, and even these days we are just doing the next systems already, the concept phase and design phase. Then I want to say thank you very much. So if you are interested, we are not far away, just this way, probably 20 meters. And it's our booth C45. If you need interested in anything on applications or something else, please feel free to just drop by. We may even give you a coffee. So if the lady is running around here. So thank you very much.